Why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down? Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
We got, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like to use the word infamous, but after I watch, you don't like it?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's kind of a good infamous, you know? You know how people are revolutionaries? Like, when I saw, like, what you did on the reunion, I said, damn, like, you're so tiny, and yet you had so much energy. So much so that a man had to turn around and jump on you for you to get off of Joseline Hernandez. Now, I don't think I've ever seen her get her ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
Now, real quick before we jump into the details, just in case we have viewers here that aren't familiar with you, I just kind of want you to take a few minutes just to to get the viewers familiarized with you before you, I guess, audition to go on Joseline's Cabernet. Now, everybody knows Joseline Hernandez from Love and Hip Hop season 1 through 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Baby mama to Stevie J, the baddest bitch, as she calls herself, the baddest punta. Could you let us know, like, you know, who you are, where you're from, and kind of how did you get into wanting to be on TV?
Yes. So my name is Amber, as you guys know. I'm from Chicago. I'm 28, born and raised on the west side of Chicago. I've been dancing since I was a little girl, but like professionally. So on the dance teams and the training, dancing at the fashion shows and hair shows and pageants and at the pom-pom team in high school, I was that kind of a dancer. I've never been an exotic dancer. I've never stripped. I was more of a bartender, server, that type of field. So to clear it up, I've never been a stripper, and that's why a lot of people may be confused on the show, and they're like, Amber, you can't dance, you can't dance. I may not be able to dance like a stripper exotically, but I got the moves, like the choreography, the real moves. So that's the type of dancer I am. Besides that, I also have my seafood catering business in Chicago. So I've been doing that before the show as well. You know, basically cooking seafood for the entire city of Chicago and the surrounding suburbs. And that's what also people knew me for, cooking seafood. And I always honestly wanted to be on TV, but it was kind of like in a scripted way. Like I wanted to do scripted stuff. Like I wanted to, because I think I can act, really good. So I always wanted to make it to the big screen because I feel like I have that type of personality. And I don't know, I was a fan of Joseline's Cabaret season 2. So, I remember watching it and I just was like, I wonder, if I can get on that. I'm going to wait for season 3 auditions. And when the auditions came around, I just danced to her song and I did my moves and I got picked.
Okay. Now, just in case people didn't watch the entire season, I did. It was a lot going on. What was the first, after you were chosen, what was the first day like on set?
Well, I got cursed out the next morning. Like the first day on set was crazy because they had basically jumped Gaia, kicked her out and dragged her out. And then the next morning I ended up getting cursed out. So the first week was kind of rough for me because I felt like Joseline disliked me for whatever reason. Like she was on my ass, the whole time. And so the first day, the next morning, I woke up, I ordered breakfast, like eggs and bacon and spinach and stuff like that from the grocery store on DoorDash so that I can cook for the house. And I cooked, and in the midst of me cooking, she came downstairs and was, bringing up gossip about Gaia and just kind of cursed me out and was like, you talk too much, you're too fucking loud. I can't wait till one of these girls drag your ass. And this was literally, this was the first morning in the house. So I was just like, I just kind of went outside. I, shed a couple tears because I was like, damn, I'm not used to nobody talking to me like this. Like, the cameras weren't even rolling at that point. So I kind of went outside, talked to K Capri, we smoked, we talked, and then I kind of just laid low. And once I kind of started ignoring her and acting like she wasn't really there, that's when she kind of started wanting my attention and kind of oh, Amber, what's up? Oh, Amber, So it's kind of like a game with her.
Okay. What made you stay if the first week was so rough?
I feel like I really wanted to make it to the end. I had friends and family, counting on me to make it to the end. I'm competitive, so anything I do, I want to win. You know what I mean? Anything I put myself into, I want to make sure that I end up on top. So my goal was to make it to the end, honestly.
Okay. Okay. So you're in the house. Joseline, before the cameras even roll, is already on you. Okay. You guys hadn't had any prior words before that or anything.
No, besides on the first night after me and Wet Wet fought, and then she came to the set and kicked me out. You know, that was that. And then we went to the house. So besides that, nothing.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like maybe that first week, the reason that I guess she targeted you was to kind of get you riled up for ratings for the show?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like it was her true nature, or do you feel like she was just trying to create a scenario?
Like, now looking back, I definitely feel like everything was like she was playing it, you know? We were like a game, and she was just like putting this girl here, putting this girl there, and like she definitely knew what she was doing, you know what I mean? Like playing with girls' emotions. She'll be cool with you one moment, cussing you out the next. It was just real weird. So
Okay.
yeah, I definitely feel like she was, you know, playing with each girl for her ratings to make her show spicy.
Okay. All right. So fast forward into a few seasons. When do you think, besides that first week, and then you said that she was, you know, just really targeting you, the second week because you were ignoring her, she was nice to you. When did it turn bad again? Did it turn bad off camera or on camera? All right, winos, I am super sorry to interrupt this video, but I actually have a perfectly great excuse this time. And it involves saving money, earning gift cards, as well as rewards back while shopping at your favorite restaurants and stores. This is not a gimmick, and let me tell you how. Next time you're at the store, I want you to save your receipt instead of throwing it away, and I want you to take your smartphone and download the app called Fetch. Once you download that app, you're gonna take that receipt that you're not gonna throw away, and you're gonna scan it into their system on the app using your smartphone, and you're going to immediately earn points right away. And once you earn those points, like the 3,000 that you're gonna use using the link below and the coupon code TASHAK, you can redeem those points for hundreds of rewards like Amazon and Visa gift cards. I'm an Amazon addict, I know that you are. Fetch is completely free to use and no purchase to use it, except when you're spending money to earn a little money back when you scan those receipts, including e-receipts, into their system. So download Fetch today, and don't forget to use the coupon code TASHAK to earn 3,000 points off of your first scan into their system, okay?
It kind of turned bad off camera because there was some he say, she say stuff going on. You know, it was an issue with her in production. Something went down on a particular night, which ended filming. And because of that, there was staff that was part of production talking to cast, and some things were said. And I let her know, you know, the next morning when she was kind of explaining to me what went down and what happened. You know, I was like, oh yeah, because I heard so and so and so and so. And then Chanel got involved, went back, and it was a bunch of he say, she say, but it got flipped. One person was caught into a lie, so they kind of just wanted to lie on everybody involved. And Joseline is the type of person, she'll believe anything. You know, like, I'll go to her and be like, yo, Joseline, Tasha K said you suck big dick. And then she'll be like, oh, fuck that bitch, I'm not fucking with her. And she'll literally, without any evidence that you said that, she will cut you off, block you, stop fucking with you. And I told her, like, you know, you too grown to be so easily influenced. People can tell you anything. People can, anybody can turn you on anybody. It's just, you gotta have some type of brain.
Okay.
But I guess it's chewed out.
Now, you know, of course, we don't get to see everything that's out. And I was trying to get an idea because, you know, when you initially went live and had told what happened with K Capri, you detailed some really just kind of some, I mean, your ribs, things like that were hurt, it bruised, you know, you really took a beating. And so when you had initially announced the lawsuit, everyone was stunned because, you know, I even think she was shocked because at first she was still talking, you know, shit on Twitter about you, saying that you were going to sue her and Zeus. And then, you know, I think it got serious when, you know, when you actually, I guess, went for a lawyer and filed the lawsuit. But when they put the trailer out, it kind of painted you as the aggressor. Like, you and K Capri, some of y'all ready to fight, and so I guess what people are trying to understand is what took it there? What was it?
Honestly, it was just a lot of things happening. After filming the show, Joseline, she flew me to Miami to
Oh,
like hang out. We hung out at her crib or whatever. We went out to eat. We were just hanging out for a few days, and then I came back home. And two of the other girls that were part of the cast, Raven and Diamond, they were also on that trip. They were also invited. They drove from Orlando over to Miami, and we all kicked it. We squashed the whole nigger thing. Well, so I thought. But the second I got back on the plane, Raven and Diamond were sneaking me to Joseline, making up all these lies to her. And so I literally got a text from Joseline saying, stay strong so you can come back like a boomerang, because she had invited me back to do season 4 when she flew me to Miami, and she was telling me, all these things she wanted me to work on and all these things she wanted me to do. And so I got a text from her saying, stay strong so you can come back like a boomerang. My next text was, bitch, you're blocked. So it was a bunch of, she was calling me and Lexi Blow's phone, asking us why we think it's okay to be on live with other girls from other girls' shows. So it was like, it was a lot of control issues. She wanted to control what we did, who we talked to, who we blocked, who we communicated with. And I'm just not that type of girl. Like, I got my own brain. I'm my own person. I'm doing things that I would normally do if I was kicking it with anybody around her. So I'm not about to change that just because I'm kicking it with her at her crib. So that's just the type of girl I was, So I don't know. I definitely wasn't a pet, like a up her ass type of girl like the other girls. I just was like doing my own thing. She would tell me not to do something, I would still do it. So,
okay. So when you get to, I guess, the reunion, I guess where they're hosting the reunion, and you're backstage, you're getting your makeup done, and the camera's in your face, and you're like, I want to fight. Were you just kind of, going back over the time that you were on the show, on camera and off camera, just really collecting things? And it's okay. I know it's a little bit shame, but it's okay. I'm not even paying attention. Was it when you were sitting in that makeup chair and you were like, I'm gonna beat a bitch, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna beat a bitch ass, right? After you came out and made the live and said that, you were jumped by a ballistic, and, after you were beating Joseline's ass, and, you were gonna sue because of the bruises that you had sustained and things like that, and the abuse. And then we see the trailer and you're like, I'm ready to fight. Like, did you just kind of snap in that moment? Like, what
no,
was
I
it?
didn't snap. It was so many things that happened after filming. I felt like I got snaked. I felt like girls were just lying. It was a lot of bunch of going back and forth on the internet, social media, tweeting this, tweeting that, saying this, live video that. So it was a lot of things that just built up. And this is a reunion. So I'm thinking we can all just address what we got to address now. Honestly, we know how reunions go. You show up, you get off your chest what you need to get off your chest, and you go from there. Nobody expected a man to be jumping in female stuff, or putting his hands on people. So I don't know. And as far as Joseline kicking me, honestly, I just feel like she did that because she can't fight, and she know that I was gonna whoop her. So like, what else is she gonna do walking up on me? You can't whoop me. She know that. So it's like, what else is she gonna do besides kick me? And she kicked me hard as fuck. And so in that moment, I was super duper like emotional over it, like after me and Ballistic were all on the floor, my bra came off, so I was in nothing but boobs, like fighting, trying to get everybody off me. It was a lot. It was just a lot to take in that moment. Yeah, you show up to address what you got to address and do what you got to do, but that ended in like a whole full out like ambush / brawl. It was just hectic. It was a lot going on.
Okay. So even though, now I know Zeus has complete control over what footage goes public, and I feel that after you had announced the lawsuit and you had sought out a lawyer, and I believe that it was you did do an initial filing, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They decided to put out cuts that I feel intentionally made you look like the aggressor.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
So were there cuts from your perspective that we did not see that kind of show?
100%.
Okay.
What?
Like what? Give us an example, like something that we saw, like.
I got hit in the face by Diamond while I was trying to like fix my bra. Like the security had me literally both of my hands down, and I'm like, okay, just let me fix myself. And in the moment of fixing myself, boom, I'm hit in the fucking mouth. And so I'm like, that's why you hear me saying, you really just did that shit. You just let her snake me, but nobody saw her snake me. You get what I'm saying? You hear me saying it. It was just multiple things that was cut out and multiple bad angles and bad editing. And I feel like obviously, you know, it was a smart Lamel, Zeus, they're smart. Obviously, they're going to protect their investment. They're going to protect their show, their company. So they're not going to put out anything that's going to incriminate them. But at the same time, we cannot hold Zeus 100% accountable for something that Ballistic did. You know, he is the B. He's the problem. You know, he needs to be dealt with, if anything. You know, like after thinking about everything, you know, that's just like if I throw a party and two fools show up and they end up finding somebody get shot. I don't want them coming solely after me. It's like, you know, I didn't know what that person was going to do. So that's what I'm kind of looking at it like that and looking at the entire thing. And it doesn't change how I feel about him. I still hate him. But I feel like, you know, karma's real. God is real. Everything will work itself out.
I do feel, I don't know if you've ever been through a lawsuit before, have you?
Oh, no. Well, like, it back in the day, but it was like some easy peasy stuff.
Okay. I learned a lot. So I've been through a lawsuit, of course. And, you know, even though they cut it to their, you know, to, I guess, fit their narrative to make it look like you and K Capri were the aggressors, they would have had to submit raw footage. Anything lost, that would have been a problem for the court, and their claims wouldn't be substantiated, you know, or defense, because, you know, you're missing footage. And as a production company, you don't ever lose footage. Why would you lose footage? Why would you throw it away? You see what I'm saying? So like, they would have had to turn over that raw footage to paint out the entire story. Now, it did kind of, you know, and I'm just saying from a perspective, like, not me personally, I don't have any, you know, dog in this fight or whatever, but, you know, when you kind of backed away from the lawsuit after they put their cut out that made it look like you were the aggressor, it kind of gave it just kind of a extra kick to say, well, maybe she did get it wrong. Maybe she did deserve, you know, what happened to her at the reunion, because all we saw was it looked as if you were on the attack from the cuts.
Well, honestly, everybody is on the outside looking in. Nobody really knows what's going on, what has taken place. Nobody really knows. And so it's like, I'm honestly just moving for me in my life.
Okay.
It just is what it is. Like, everything has been worked out and will continue to be worked out in the future. So I do feel like everything's going to be okay.
Okay. Do you feel like, because here's what I see, you know, I rarely hear people say that they're fans of Joseline. I think people see opportunities and they want to take advantage, which you should. Like, you know, if there's a show and you're trying to build your career and, you know, really expand in the business, absolutely. But you're probably the first person that I heard say that you were a fan of hers. And I think a lot of people, you know, even if they said that, they're more so intrigued by, I guess, the I don't give a fuck attitude. Do you feel like, because your energy is very fiery, like you're a small girl, but you got a lot of energy. Do you feel like y'all energy kind of matched each other's?
I definitely feel like back in the day, I was a fan during the Love and Hip Hop days when she would just show up and be entertaining and funny. And, you know, that's the Joseline that I was a fan of. Far as all this rah and feeling like you got to belittle everybody to make yourself feel big, I don't respect that. And I just wasn't taking no shit off of her. She could sense it. She could tell. And so I just knew that some way it would clash. You know, even the owner of Zeus kind of told me like we were like similar. And, you know, so many ways of how we handle situations. And so I feel like she just never really met nobody who could, you know, give her a run for her money until she met me. Because I wasn't, it wasn't necessarily about just fighting, but it's a respect thing. It's like, how you gonna want us to respect you? We come on the show as fans of you, trying to respect you. I could have, all the girls that was on her show, we could have done so many things. We got girls from different backgrounds, different girls who can do different type of dancing and different type of things, and you could have took your show to another level, but you chose to have a bully approach. And then how much of a response are you think we gonna have? Like, you're gonna keep talking to us and talking to us, talking to us. Eventually somebody's gonna start defending themselves and speaking for themselves and whoop your ass. That's just how it goes.
How do you feel about people on social media saying that you kind of deserve what you got?
I see it all the time. I see a lot of stuff on social media. It kind of hurts a little bit, but honestly, I'm just trying to be hard body and get through it, because I know that it's kind of like a life that I asked for, and people are going to have their opinions, but they don't know me. They're like not on my journey with me. They're not helping me. They're not here for me. So it's like, who gives a fuck? Really? Like, take your opinion and wipe your ass with it.
Were any of the other castmates thinking about joining the lawsuit with you?
They all joined. They were all a part of my lawsuit. We all had the same
wow.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody just decided to just back away?
No, we've been in conversation with it. Everybody reached out to me after I posted my announcement, like, what the fuck is going on? But I kind of just explained to each girl, like, it's just my decision. It just is what it is. This is what I'm doing. Putting it behind me. I'm moving forward. Because it was really just like a burden. It was just coming with so much behind the scenes bullshit. So it was just starting to be a burden.
Now, how many, after, I guess, you got into the fight with Joseline and then Ballistic jumped in, what type of bruises did you suffer besides the ribs? Any other?
Besides the ribs, when Joseline kicked me or whatever, the rest of the reunion, I was kind of like propping the pillow on my stomach just to like get through it. After that, I was still kind of fine, able to hold my own. Ballistic just kind of like rushed me and like ripped my hair. Like, he had my hair and it was like ripping. You know how lace is. He was just like ripping it until the lace came off. You know what I mean? As far as, it's just like little scratches here, scratches there from little fights, little swings and stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like after, we did our little scuffle, I landed on top of him. I kind of got my revenge for him hitting me. He know that. So, it just is what it is.
Now, I think there was some talk about Joseline saying something about her daughter.
Exactly. And this is the problem that I have with dick doing ass Brittany Renner, because you're the host, and instead of you looking and searching for a moment to be an instigator, you could have like stood up to Joseline, because there was a part in the reunion where Joseline went up to Brittany and she was like, Brittany asked her, like, what did she say about your daughter? And Joseline's like, oh yeah, she said that, she met my daughter, but bitch, don't talk about my daughter. And then Brittany Renner's like, but kids are off limits. Don't bring up any kids. Bitch, me saying that I met your daughter is talking about your daughter? Like, if you wanted me to talk about your daughter, I would have talked about the fact that she's very, 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 very skinny. Like, I never said that. I said she made me muffins and I liked them. So what is the problem? She was just seeking for an issue. She didn't really have no foundation of her show or a foundation of her reunion. She just had to come in on some, oh, bitch, you said this, bitch, you said that, But she wasn't really even doing anything. She just had her girls around her doing it for her. It was just kind of like, how old are you? You are almost 50, out here tussling on this stage looking a fool. Like, I just can't.
Now, when you say her daughter was skinny, what are you implying?
She's very small, like just very small, like very small.
You feel like she's malnourished or something? Like
she's just very small. And I really don't talk about kids. And so that's the best way that I can put it.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out like what you saw. Like, I mean, because that's...
I was just like, wow, like, she's very small. Like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what her diet is or whatever, but she's very small.
Okay. You feel like she should be a lot bigger?
Yeah, she should be bigger. That's how I feel.
Okay. Does she look like she should be bigger?
Yes. Okay. Like she should be bigger.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to use my platform right now to address before we wrap up?
Not really. You know, a lot of blogs have been saying a lot of things, just, from Fox Soul to Armand to Storm. Like, and I feel like people don't really even do their research. They just jump on their platform and run their mouths. And just from being a person that they talking about, it just looked foolish to me. It's kind of like the things that they be saying in the videos. It's like you're kind of talking about somebody's life, but you're getting your facts wrong in the video. So it's making you look foolish. So it's like I just want people, when they go to talk about me, I would know I wasn't a nobody who didn't have nothing going. You know, I've always had something going. I've been working since I was 15. I've always been a hustler. Always had something going on. Literally, I've danced for Kanye West. I've traveled to China as a background dancer. I've done so many things in my life. So I'm a different type of girl. I'm not just a girl that's, chasing clout. Like I have real talent and abilities and things that I'm trying to do in my life. So coming from my place and seeing what everybody is saying, it's just like, it makes you think. It makes you think. I would just tell the blogs to like make sure they get their facts straight. Like really know what they're talking about because it really makes them look stupid.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate you trusting my platform and just for us to put out your side. That's why I like to wait. They hear both sides, so I do.
And this is my first time sitting down and speaking to anybody. So this is my very first time doing the interview, period.
How much was the lawsuit for, if you don't mind me asking?
It was for $25 million.
You sure you don't want to turn back and take it back?
I'm honestly positive. I think I'll be fine.
Okay. Have you been in contact with Zeus since you've launched the lawsuit and dropped it?
Me and Zeus are good, and moving forward, we should be having some work coming and doing some things, hopefully. So me and Zeus are good.
So just to address, because I don't want people leaving like, oh my gosh, you got paid off. Was there a payment?
Everything has been worked out.
Okay.
I would say that.
All right. There it is, Amber Ali. All right. Now, real quick, what's in your plates? Now, what you selling in your plates? What they come with?
So I do like a seafood pan with like crab legs and lamb chops and lobster and shrimp and corn, egg, sausage, potatoes, like the whole thing. And I'm actually working on my seasoning. I'm getting it all, branded, packaged, labeled, and I'm going to be dropping it on my website. So I'm going to have a whole kit for everybody to make their seafood like I make it from home. So that's what the people.
How much them plates running? So when I'm in, you in LA or Chicago right now?
I have a menu. So if you want the snow crabs, it's $50, but they come with all the sides. Like each pan, whatever meat you want, it come with corn, eggs, sausage, potatoes. So you get all sides, no tax. Have a menu. You pick what you want, or you can build your own pan. So it's up to the people, whatever they want.
Okay. So and you're in Chicago with these plates, right?
I'm in Chicago, but I'll be moving to Atlanta next month.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome today. We're down here. We'll have to have you in studio when you come.
Yes.
So let me know so we can get you. Okay.
I'll definitely be there soon.
All right. So we're going to leave your Instagram at the bottom. What's your website, just in case people want to go ahead and search your website?
Well, it's actually, you can just use my Instagram link because it's in my bio. So they just click it. But yeah.
All right. Perfect.
And it's Bleaks Mukbang Chicago on Instagram. That's my business page, guys. If you don't mind going to follow me, Bleaks Mukbang Chicago. It's named after my brother. He passed away. His name was Bleak.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
Looks like you're making money in his honor. I appreciate you.
Yes, I am.
Well,
thank
you. Thank you so much for coming on here and just, being vulnerable enough to answer some of these questions that I had for you. I was like, I hope you don't get offended. I'm just taking what people are saying from social media. And so it's nice to see you at peace now. It's nice to see that there was something that kind of helped you to get at peace. And so I'm sure you're probably on an NDA or something like that. But hopefully, one day we'll be able to have you in studio to really lay it out. So keep us in mind for that.
I will.
All right.